Thankfully, they don't seem to go that long as we just kind of keep things moving.
Yeah, keep your head in. Yeah. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Does someone understand it as you continue later in the investigation? I won't spoil it. Again, I would love to know more. If my anger is not justified, then let me learn why it's not later. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. I mean, you just started being a lawyer, like a year before this happened?
Yeah, so that tells me these, murders weren't the kinds that would be on the news.
Yeah. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. No, it's not! I read it! There was nothing in there! Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Anna? On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. So that means you... Yes. I was a witness to the Joe Dark trial. Well, then there you have it! I didn't see that one coming. Okay, we need to talk about this now. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. And suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark. It seemed like he was running from someone. He was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. Before he could, Mr. Marshall attacked him. Then... What happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck. The lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. I saw a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. Permanent picture. I need to know. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. Been through so much. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. 2 years ago, you must have been 14. It's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. The way Lana would never have to forge any. I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. What was Dark running away from? I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
Oh, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why Lana... She made up the crime.
Made it up? I mean, provided bogus evidence.
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. When he forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean... It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. Well, in truth, honey, if you testified what happened, any defense would be able to say that you have no memories of an actual murder occurring, so at the vision of a 14-year-old, can you trust the evidence of eyewitness when you didn't even see a murder occur? You only saw a brandishing of a knife? There was a defense that was able to get multiple criminals, tossed away. Who's to say yours would have made the difference in true honesty? It probably might have, but you were 14. In literal self-defense mode. You were probably in a fight or flight response while you fainted. So, you who are not like an investigator or a chasing person or anything like that, you were not capable of being able of you're not expected to be capable of holding such trauma like that. So it's understandable as to why you couldn't testify. It's why children have to be guided by a guidance counselor in legal proceedings so that they can verbally or at least visually show the trauma that they go through. Yeah.
So it's true. Even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After the case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did. Especially not to Emma.
Yeah, so, you said he was running in?
There's something that's puzzling me.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
Huh. Wait. Oh, prosecutor. I'm sure the prosecutor's office has an interview room. But interrogation room of some kind. But I'm like, he took 30 minutes driving that distance to run away from the police department and land in the high prosecutor's office? Like, no. He ran...
Yeah, I was about to say, there's no way he could have, like, found a car to steal. He probably... her sister's office probably was within, like, walking distance, so he probably just ran on foot.
Well, no, I'm saying that the interrogation place is in the prosecutor's office.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
I'm thinking he was trying to kill Lana, not Emma.
Yeah, probably because, like, she was, chief prosecutor.
The other detective's offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective. I better have another talk with her.
Okay. I'm not gonna present anything to you, sweetie, because I think right now you're a little too traumatized. But we're gonna go talk to Lana. Lana! Lana? Lana! Lana. Lana.
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we?
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty!
Believe me, I understand the risks. Anna. Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details? Especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright? Let's talk about it. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing! They still talk about the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant?
He was a deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes.
Damon Gant. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be.
They were the best team ever! They solved crime before the reports could even be filed!
Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're the chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was...
Gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you use that experience in court, right?
Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to his resolution. After that, he became chief of police, and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
That trial... it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana! The witness, Miss Starr said... about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife! Lana! I don't understand! Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed before. Okay, then let's go back in time, shall we? 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second. That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations. They even had the same office? We led a team of the best detectives on the You had the same office as... what? What if Dark wasn't trying to kill Lana, but Gant? Or was trying to meet up with Gant for something? Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. No, it's already stated that she was a key witness. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. Wait, so if he knew Gant was in the interrogation room, and so was Marshall, so he was targeting Lana. Because if he knew where Gant was, there would be no need to leave that office. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down and then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself.
That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene. It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and laid unconscious. That's interesting that shot has him stabbed in the back. I mean, he had his knife, he had his hand on his shoulder. He could have stabbed him in the back. Why was Marshall on top of Dark if it was from behind? That's what I'm trying to figure out too. It's physically possible from Emma's memory of what happened. And my question is, how did it get to the position at the end of it? What happened? What did you do? To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her after all her sister must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9. That's right. Quite a coincidence. I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago!
Guys, I'm saying it's physically possible for Dark to stab Marshall in the back from their positions. My curiosity and what I need to figure out is how it ended up with Marshall on top of Dark. That's the question right there. That's the question. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police office, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office. The site of the final SL9 murder. Alright, we gotta go. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. The chief of detectives seems the same, though.
Why don't we go look for some other people who could talk to?
Right. We can come back here later. Actually, Hey, Chief? That man must be the chief of the detectives. He's staring at the screen so hard I might shatter. What? Dark case might have been fabricated. That's what I thought all along. I just never bothered to tell anyone. Now there's a guy who cares about his work. Fair enough. Okay. Just go fuck off. Okay. What do you want?
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall!
I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, sera. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina?
Jesus Christ. The fact that you had to say that with such a whiteness.
Because I gotta remember that this is Marshall we're talking about here. I can't let my inner Mexican come out. I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must be a spec cactus. Say, where are you headed?
Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, You can't go into the evidence room today, partner.
Didn't want to go into the evidence room.
But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do prospectors head west?
So they could evade the potential equal eye of the East? I don't know. Manifest destiny in the West? I don't know.
Gold.
2?
If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one.
Or you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall. Would you mind telling us exactly what happened?
Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today.
Yeah, no, you're gonna be answering my fucking questions. So, your brother.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother.
Oh,
Oh.
well, it's a good thing I'm not a chief prosecutor. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor? You mean the...
King of prosecutors.
I knew it.
What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor.
Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
The day of the day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal.
Really? Interesting. Okay. Thank you, Phoenix.
It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. Can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die.
Apparently, someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty. I have a feeling Gant took it all.
Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so.
What do you mean, fishy?
Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found.
Did you present this evidence?
For example, the murder weapon.
The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife with a broken tip?
That was your darks, alright. But, in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
Okay.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained.
How so? What does that mean?
It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon.
Okay, but... Okay. Okay. Huh. Here's my biggest question mark. Because I'm having a feeling Orange Man is absolutely involved. Being that we now have a little bit of potential questioning of potential doubt of the murder weapon, I'm trying to paint a picture of like, okay, where does Gant get involved in all this? We could, if we try and throw him in the room. Actually, there is a potential way to throw him in the room. There's a potential. Because Emma mentioned all the lights going out. We could always equate it to like, oh, you know, it was the storm. Or it could be someone turning off the lights. Gant, for example. Turning off the lights so Emma wouldn't see what happens. If Gant was in the room, he could have turned on the lights, rushed in, killed Marshall with his own weapon, and then maybe somehow while Dark was clocked out, switched whatever blade was in there with the knife that it was found in the body. Who knows?
However, in the report that was finally submitted, the possibility had been erased.
Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence?
The case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of.
Goodman was the saved one.
Was his brother always there?
Yeah, his brother was there. He was just
Like,
kind of covered up by the thing that we never really saw him. But he was
Yeah,
there.
I was like, I just noticed that right now. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room.
What about Detective Goodman?
If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious.
They? Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers.
After the case ended, a lot of transfer to the prosecutor's office, right?
Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left.
Wait, so Gant was a deputy chief
Yeah.
of police or detectives? I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
It's fine.
Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective.
Now that he mentions it, Anna said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out.
Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago.
There you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner?
Not particularly, no. It was certainly enlightening.
There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant.
Yep. We're pretty sure Gant has all of the cards on this one.
Yep. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina.
See you, cowboy. This place is always pretty empty, but today is deserted. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room.
Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us.
Well, the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together.
I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir? We'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits.
Emma, shut the fuck up.
Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
We're gonna go! Fuck off! What the shit? What the shit is this? Where am I?
In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door.
Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach.
I thought
I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. I never could remember where C was.
You just played C.
you played C, honey. Oh shit!
Oh, it's you two.
Chief Gant! He put that paper he was reading in his desk.
So, righto, have you been swimming lately?
What's with the swimming attack? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately.
I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement.
Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence?
2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies! See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. Stares at the dagger in the suit of armor's hand.
See, I'm surprised you noticed that before the sword on the shield.
Oh, there is a sword on the shield. And also there's the pot back there. Yeah, there's the pot back there, which obviously was probably used to smash Dark's head in and make him knock him unconscious.
Yeah.
But okay, so the shield is missing a sword. What? What are we opening? Okay, there we go.
Sorry, I meant some Devin, but I actually hung up. My bad.
La Mao. But yeah, so the sword, yeah, the shield sword chipped, yeah. We're missing the sword. There's obviously the suit of armor's spear thing, and we have the vase in the back. Huh. Okay.
So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together.
Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger. Guarantee picture added to the court. Well, me, Brian, and y'all can. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me.
Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh! But this office... It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend.
Indeed, sir.
Looks like we aren't welcome.
It seems like that case isn't over with yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied a request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
Also, real quick, as soon as I saw that organ in his office, the only thing I could hear coming out from it was,
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
You mean like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Climb! Alright.
let's see.
We're gonna step right back in here.
Yep. Hey, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting?
I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
You're
Were
not
you not
allowed in
sitting
the
down?
meeting. You're not allowed in the meeting, aren't you?
I'm sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee.
Okay, so you're the coffee boy now. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still alive.
Yep. Say, have any of you seen Mr. Edgeworth?
Probably dealing with a lot of bullshit back at the prosecutor's. Edgeworth? No, why do you ask?
He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle is between you two in court.
That sounds serious.
It's because of what my sister said?
Probably.
That's basically what it all boils down to.
Yeah, pretty much.
That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has a whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Alright, you and I need to talk, my friend. So, Edgeworth's crisis. I'm sure you, his right-hand boy, will be able to know things. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Sky is the guilty party here, isn't she? No offense.
Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor has kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this...
Are there really so many people who hate him?
In our world, only those with talent rise at the top. No, Mr. Edgeworth doesn't. Not only that, but he's young. There's a better recipe I know for making enemies. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Yes, sir. You just gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick?
Okay, Dick.
Yes, sir.
It seems you don't have any problems with enemies.
Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing.
Valid. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything?
The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack.
His final attack? You mean...
When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl.
Me.
It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl.
That's one of the most incriminating evidence of all.
Well, what is it?
Oh, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere here, okay?
His powers of recollection never fail to impress.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. That might jog his memory.
Okay. Actually, let's talk about crime source.
Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just a run-of-the-mill businessman.
Businessman? What made him take to serial killing?
One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car.
With his car? So it was an accident.
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal?
He killed the man that witnessed the accident. And he killed...
It's going on.
Yeah. Kill walked just by then, so he killed them too, then the bodies. Jock came on the scene, he was killed as well, finally turned himself in.
So basically he was just trying to cover up a crime that he committed because he thought the world was against him. So basically, it seemed accidental, but he didn't want to be framed for killing someone, so he killed the witnesses.
Yeah, I feel like, especially with the way his face looks here, is that while the first one was an accident, the fact that there were witnesses there, it was either after the first kill or after killing the first witness that he started to also like it. Because again, you don't have that kind of look on your face and not enjoy the murders you do as a serial killer.
Yeah, because an accident's an accident. It is what it is. You'd be handed a sentence of potential, maybe, what is it, manslaughter?
Yeah, like vehicular manslaughter, especially since you ran over someone with the car, it's vehicular manslaughter. But it's like, yeah, if it was an accident, you would have just stopped there. You wouldn't continue to constantly keep killing witnesses.
Yeah. Seems like it was a pretty careless animal.
Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence.
So he turned himself in.
Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. Sorry, I'm also just taking another look at this.
Same.
So, like, yeah, I think our theory was that while he did stab him in the back, just before, because, you know, I don't think it doesn't matter where he stabs him unless he, like, managed to sever a spine. which I
Well,
doubt that happened.
Yeah, because
But it's also like it would have taken him a while to bleed out, which would give Neil enough time to clock him in the head to make him unconscious.
yeah, so yeah, because looking at this, there can be doubt of the murder weapon. So I'm trying to paint if Gant walked in here. If Gant walked in here and did the stabbing or the breaking of the pot against the skull or something like that, how would Gant have done this? And it seems pretty pinpoint up until you realize when the lights came on, realizing Marshall was on top of Dark.
Yeah.
So it's like, it takes about 5 minutes for a person to bleed out. Yeah, that's all it takes, yeah.
And again, that's more than enough time to once again clock him in the fucking head and him for Dark to go unconscious before Marshall died. At least that's what I'm positing.
Theory.
I think we might have the same theory, but go
All right,
ahead.
you spell your theory first.
That Gant came in after all this and then, I guess, put Marshall's body on top of Dark?
I actually have a different progression of things.
Okay.
So Emma already declared that because the storm was going on, the lights went out. What if Gant came in, turned off the lights, so that way Emma wouldn't see what was going on, except for like if Miracle came by with the light in the window? She saw this and interpreted, oh god, Dark's gonna kill Marshall. Gant comes over with the pot, smashes it over Dark's head, and so Dark goes unconscious, but then he turns around and kills Marshall to get that suspected piece of evidence.
But here's the thing, though. If he, smashed, used the vase or whatever, why were the shards in the evidence room?
Well, because they fell. The pot fell.
Well, no, remember, this is his office, isn't it?
This is his office. Well, yeah, I mean, they could have also been found there.
Because remember, we saw the picture of the vase, right? I assume it was, like, in his office from that photo.
Yeah.
Or somewhere else, but I don't think it was in the evidence room.
Yes, it was.
The shards, yes, but the vase, it's like...
But if he smashed it over Dark's head, then all you need to collect is the shards.
So then why were they on the floor in the evidence room as if evidence itself?
I don't know. But that's we're still trying to solve that. But that's what I'm clocking is that Gant came in, turned off the lights, smashed a pot over this guy's head, Dark's head, and then killed Marshall to get to basically forge that evidence of Dark being the one killing. So sure, Jake was kind of right that this guy didn't kill his brother. Sure. Let's go with that whole case scenario. But I guess it does put into question whether or not he is a serial killer or not. I think he still is because you don't just kill after an accident unless you like it.
Exactly. Like there's no other reason to continue killing someone if the first one was an accident. At that point, your mind is broken and you enjoy the act of killing.
Yeah. Why did they need evidence? Because as you still need to have evidence against a murderer. You can't just say he's a murderer and then arrest him. You still need murder. You still need evidence.
Can you imagine how much more filled prisons would be if people could do that?
Right? He turned himself in and he admitted it. Why didn't that close the case? Because they were most likely, I'm willing to bet that in that interrogation room, Gant wanted to go all the way. He didn't want to just be like, oh, you confessed to manslaughter and then the murder of maybe 6 people in retaliation of it, but Gant wanted to go for more.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure what Dark was probably thinking was that because he confessed to it, that he thought he'd be able to get a lighter sentence out of it. But of course,
Gant got greedy.
Not even just being greedy, what's the word I'm looking for? Any prosecutor or officer of the law would hear that, confession and would just still try and go for the maximum sentence possible.
Yeah, especially since he knows, I'm pretty sure he knew that Lana wanted to be prosecutor. So any promotion in the police field off the table. So there's no need for Gant to worry about that. So using this to jumpstart his career, this would be like, no, we need to get him on the serial murder cases, not just on vehicular manslaughter. Is it? So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Gant got greedy. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, Gant got greedy. So I call it. I'm thinking it's either promotion or something that is power grabbing. So it's all Gant wanting a power grab. So, but again, these are just theories. Who knows what the evidence will bring up? These theories might change.
That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed.
Last witness, aka Emma.
Boy, that girl or that person, whoever was the witness, I sure was lucky they weren't chopped into pieces by Dark. I can just imagine him nudging Emma's like, ain't that right?
That's so terrible. That is so terrible.
I mean, we've seen how bad, like, fucking Gumshoe is reading the room.
Yeah. We still need to connect Lana and Gant. They were business partners. Not business partners. They were partners. They had the same office.
Well, I don't know if, like, technically they were partners, because remember, Gant was deputy chief.
He was the head detective. He was the head investigator. And Lana worked under him. About this.
Hey, is that?
It has a tag. Oh, it has a tag attached to it, which is the label SL9 incident. Brian, mentally imagine this for me.
Okay.
Paint it green.
Huh?
Paint it green and hide it behind a big K in front of a shield.
Oh shit!
Because I'm like, the curve of that blade, the end of that blade is very significant.
Oh shit, you're right.
I am so fucking smart.
That would explain why after that we don't see the sword with the shield.
I has good eyes. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of.
What are you doing with that?
Fucking with it.
Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in the locker.
It's in my hand right now, so that is a lie.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker and was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
What? What is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again!
Rub your neurons together like they're making love! This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it?
That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it too.
Wait a minute. Am I wrong? Evidence is faulty. Okay. I'm just like, hold on. Wait, maybe, hold on. I'll take a look at it later. Okay, never mind. Let's keep moving.
But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
Yes, come.
Real quick, show me the picture of the,
That's what I'm thinking. Like, we need to see the picture real quick. Yeah, the top right there is broken just like the switchblade.
Yeah, it was like just like the switchblade. Oh, wait, what if that knife right there on the armor was the murder weapon?
That could be one of the two. So, that's what I'm saying, like, Moving on.
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. So it did break off. Shit. Hold on.
Now my brain is like, wait a minute. I thought I was being a genius for half a minute.
Right? Because they look the fucking same.
Damn it.
No. We're still gonna hold on to that.
Holding.
Because that was a good like theory that that you thought of. Like that's one of those moments where you were 3 steps ahead, and I feel like it was on the ball.
Damn it. It's okay.
Now we're holding on to that. Don't give up on that just yet.
Okay.
It was found deep inside the stab wound.
Put it back on the burner to cook. Did it match Mark Dark's knife?
You bet. Down to the last fiber.
That's pretty conclusive.
Stab in the back, died from punctured heart and lung. Knife tip was in the wound. A knife tip was in the wound. Broken tip found in the victim's body belonged to murder.
Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know.
Can I ask you one more thing?
What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gantz.
It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
Chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card could unlock the door.
What? Really?
We still have the guest card, don't we?
Yeah.
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I'd be canned.
Well, then you didn't hear shit. Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
You didn't hear shit.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh.
So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. No, don't we have that guest key card?
That's the thing, would that not work?
I wonder if there's something that we could show him that would make him change his mind.